want 69th in the chat? Okay, you want 69th in the chat? Not a human, I will give you that award, but you gotta bring 68 other friends, okay? Get 68 other viewers on this thing, okay? And you can win the 69th award, okay? I promise you. Get them all the number to themselves as they come into the chat. 1, 2, 3. We get up to 68. You come in on 69, you'll get the flag instead if you really want, okay? Not a human. Sound like a deal? Freefit, I'm not muted. I'm not muted. I missed you, man. Where you been? I mean, I know it's been a horrible season for you Habs fans, but no reason to hide into a corner, man. You know what I mean? Come on, you Habs fans. Look, you've been going through absolute hell lately, and you deserve to vent to somebody who hasn't been there worse than us, right? If anything, Leafs fans know what you're going through right now more than anybody. Maybe Buffalo Sabres fans. I'm going to correct myself there. All right? So, Freefit, I'm glad you're back, man. Series tied, though. Remember, series tied. Series tied. Leslie's giving you a little love and appreciation there, too. Where's my water bottle? I'll give you all a free sip, all right? I'm going to remind everybody at this point, please, right? If you want to support the channel, right, you know the ways to do it.
Play hockey. It's just ugly.
You know the ways to do it, right? Subscribe to this Twitch channel right now, right? That really helps, because then, you know, those funds go to keeping this whole thing alive. So that's a direct line to support the show, right? You can follow me on this channel. You can follow me on, or you can subscribe to me on YouTube. If we get that up high enough, that'll help me sustain this thing as well. You don't have to pay a dime. It's a free subscription. You just go there, click subscribe to my YouTube channel, and if enough of us get there, again, this supports itself, right? And everybody in the chat, you know those bits really help. You know that those, even just hitting the free sound alerts with the chat things, even just commenting, man. Even just commenting, even just watching. If you're just watching right now and you don't really want to get involved in all this stuff, you just want to kick back and listen, even that helps. All right, so spread the love, support the channel. You know what I mean? Let's kick it big. This is a nice turnout already. I'm super stoked about this, and I can't wait to get into this game. All right?
My patience is running.
Let's smell this stuff y'all setting off. Woo! I almost got to add in another one there, Leslie. Thank you very much, by the way. Genzi, you know what I mean? Thanks for coming out. The Eat This alert. I love that one. That's right. Leslie's re-upped for 1 year as well, too, in the chat. So, I mean, guys, you know what I mean? It's not all bad. It's not all bad. And I want everybody to listen to this part first, okay? Because, you know, lately I've been focusing a little bit more on their flaws as a team. I want to show something that's really good first. We're going to get to the positives of what's happening here tonight. Unfortunately, it has nothing to do with the gameplay on the ice, because there's really not much to talk about that was positive there. Okay, it happens. I'm not stressed, but I'm just saying the positive tonight, right? 2 things. 1, right? If there's one team in our division, one team that you can let 2 points slip to, who is it? Right? Who is it, guys? Who's the team, Free Fit, right? That's so low down in the standings right now. So utterly pathetic as a team. You know what I mean? That you can give them 2 points. And sure, it doesn't help you in your standings trying to reach the top of yours. I get that. Nobody wants to lose 2 points. But if you could strategically map out your losses for the season, if you could predetermine your season and say, I want to lose, I want to decide when I get to lose, I would choose all the teams like Montreal because they suck, they're not going anywhere, and who cares? Buffalo Sabres as well, absolutely Free Fit. In fact, for me personally, Buffalo Sabres way more than Montreal. Because we got the rivalry thing. The thing that sucks about that, right, is that Montreal always just gets to just laugh at us right now. They don't have much to cheer for. They don't have much reason to, like, be interested in hockey right now. So a win over a team as awesome as us, I get it. I'd be hyped if I were them too. You got to take your wins when you can get them. So to any of the Montreal fans wanting to chirp right now, I mean, I get it. You got to do it. You got to do it. But I would prefer the Buffalo Sabres for that reason. But again, we're losing to a bottom team like Arizona even. Who cares if Arizona takes 2 points from us? You're going to lose some games. So if you could strategically do it, you would choose to lose to Montreal. You would choose to lose to Arizona. These things don't matter, right? It's just you can't know that. So you got to go for wins at all costs. So we're not saying it's a good thing to ever lose a game, especially a last place team. We're not saying that that's ever a good thing, but what we are saying is if it's gonna be a bad thing, at least it's not that bad, huh? Because the other positive thing about a game like tonight, Anybody noticing that coach behind the bench? Huh? What's his name again? Oh, yes, Martin St. Louis, right? Legendary Martin St. Louis, who is my height, all right, who is my height and played a phenomenal career in the NHL. He was never a Leaf, but he's one of those players I never took my eye off of, because just knowing that he was my size out there, watching what my life could have been, you know what I mean? If I had the drive and passion for actually playing the game back then the way that those kids did, it's a special thing what these guys do, right? Getting to the NHL at all is a special thing. There's drive there. There's determination that folks like you and me, a lot of us, we don't have that stuff, at least when it comes to hockey, to actually being great at hockey, right? So seeing a guy out there my size is always a treat. Always a treat. So I love Martin St. Louis, and I keep saying it that way because he deserves his whole freaking name to be said, okay? Martin St. Louis. He's awesome. I love this guy. And since he started coaching, the Habs have been doing pretty well, eh? Free fit? Like, let me know in the chat there, right? Who's the other Habs fan? Any other Habs fan? They've been doing pretty good, I think, right? They're on a bit of a run right now, right? Well, not run, but a nice collection of wins over a short period of time, right? So if they go on a run and really do some damage, like I think Martin St. Louis can do for this team, he's going to put them just under a playoff spot, hopefully, which means that you would miss the playoffs, and you Montreal fans would have to forego that #1 draft pick of all time, or overall, or even a top 2 or 3 pick. You're going to lose your pick because a coach as awesome as Martin St. Louis is going to screw you guys out of it. Because did you see the way they played tonight, man? I mean, Montreal, in a short period of time, has figured out how to play some serious coverage, serious defense. So, I mean, if we're going to lose, a bottom place team for us doesn't matter. And it's going to screw you out of a draft pick. So please, in fact, as long as I could know beforehand it's not going to cost us a playoff spot, you can have the rest of the wins, Montreal. If I can know that we won't miss the playoffs because of it, I would gladly give you the rest of my wins right now. I'd love to see you climb into that, like, you know, 9th seed kind of area or whatever, just out of the wild card spot, 10th or whatever. I would love it. I would love it. So, metaphoric hats off to my man, Martin St. Louis. Doing it for me again, man. I hope he goes on a tear with these guys. Woo! Let's go, Montreal. Right? So, I was excited to see that a little bit. You know, you try to find the good. You try to find the good sometimes when it's that bad. And if you want to get into the bad now, that's my Mr. Positive side, okay? So for all you at home that like to hear the whining and complaining, now's your time to stick around, because that's where I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty of what went wrong. And if you only like hearing the Mr. Positivity part, and you're going to start attacking me now, because I'm going to start breaking down what the Leafs did wrong, then you can turn it off, right, Leslie? Those people can turn it off now, right? And they can ignore this part, right? I got both sides. That's what reasonable people do. I'm sorry, right? The bad for tonight now. The bad for tonight. That first goal against Toronto. I mean, do I have to? Guys, tell me in the chat. What happened? Do you remember the first goal? That's the one from Anderson. Anderson on Montreal. First goal of the game. Do you remember what it was? Because I bet you know where I'm going with this. What the heck happened to Anderson there for him to be able to get that goal? Did you yell it at your TV screens? Or your computer monitors? Or your cell phones? Just yell it out. Yell it out. You know what I'm going to say. You know what I'm going to say. AKZ's already calling it. No one there. Or pass in front to Toffoli. Or not Toffoli. I keep wanting to say Toffoli because I really like that guy. But he's gone. Thank God. It was to Anderson. Pass across to Anderson to a wide open guy. He misses the first shot attempt, okay? Brody took his eye off on him for a second. That's reasonable. We all get caught like that, right? Brody takes his eye off him for a second. So Anderson gets one attempt, but he misses and it gets stuck in his feet instead, right? Brody still now has time to get him, doesn't. So Anderson connects and he whacks it. Mrazek saves it right off the pad. He's ready for it. Boom. That's 2 chances. Brody's still looking for it. Brody's still looking for it, and Anderson finds it again. Wham! Open net. A missed opportunity, a shot on net, and a final goal. 3 chances before Brody even gets near him. Why? Because they're all staring down. They're all trying to find the puck first. This is what I hate about new hockey. The mentality is, get that puck back before anything else. That puck needs to be your top priority. Bull! Why are you so scared to play without the puck, NHL? Huh? Current hockey? Why are you so scared to play without the puck? Are you afraid you can't stop somebody from scoring? You lost the puck, so now it's over? Shut up. Stop looking for the puck, all right? That play needs to be, that guy's wide open. And as soon as he got that first chance off and missed the puck entirely, that's a dig underneath, pick up the stick, pivot your body, use your hips to box him out, start kicking the puck out of the way, off to the corner. If you can get your stick on it, even better. Dish it to the corner, play it safe. But no, none of that. Me, Mr. Guy at home, barely played enough hockey to qualify as a hockey player. I can see that, but no, the NHL can't. Instead, it's down. Oh, everybody today is looking at the puck. Well, there it goes. So, I said it. I'm not even mad about it. I've said it. I keep saying it. I know it. You know it. And Mrazek's your backup goalie. You want to have him supported, man. You can't be letting stuff like that happen. Because then what happens in the 2 goals after that? Mrazek's fault. Now, how often do I blame goalies around here, guys? In the chat, right? How often do I stick with blame with goalies? Blame the goalies. I very rarely blame the goalies. But that's 2 shots, or those two goals are straight up shots, right? Mrazek had a chance to square up to it, and he lets him get through. Now, they're not bad shots. I'm not saying it was a ridiculously cheese attempt and they somehow scored. But in a one-on-one with your goalie, that's what you're paying goalies to do. That's the cleanest opportunity that Mrazek had in both of those. I know one of them was a pass across the ice to a wide open guy, by the way, so there is a problem with that. That was not all on him. But at least that pass across was so slow that he was able to come across. There was enough space. He could get square to the puck again. He did, and still got scored on. So that's 2 bad goals on Mrazek. Right? So, okay. You know what I mean? Okay. He's going to have a bad night sometimes. His good nights as a backup goalie, we know the backup rule around here, guys. The backup rule is 1 goal that's bad a game. Not 1 goal against. Your backup goalie, if he gets hung out to dry, it's not his fault. But he's allowed to let in 1 bad goal a game because he's your backup. You cannot expect them, you know what I mean? Logically even, to perform as good as your starting goalie. Otherwise, why are they the starting goalie and not this guy? Or why aren't they splitting the games? If they're supposed to be equally as good, they would get equal pay and they would get equal ice time. They are not equal goaltenders. So I'm tired of people complaining about a backup goalie letting in a weak goal. Shut up. That's their job. It happens. But that's 2. So not a good night for Mrazek, right? He's not blameless is what I'm trying to say. Now, to be honest, I don't even remember the 4th or 5th. I didn't write them down. I was basically trying to find other little things to figure out to be happy at this point. I was thinking about watching them right now if they have the highlights up right now. I can't show them to you. But if you wanted to follow along, I am pulling up my laptop here on YouTube, just waiting to see if they're going to put the highlights up soon. I don't know when it goes up. Sometimes I feel like it's within an hour of the actual game itself. So those might come up soon. We can go over them together, pick out the goals. But that was just a bad start right there that I'm like, that didn't need to happen. Right? That didn't need to happen. It puts you down 3-0 right off the hop. You're not looking good, man. And then now you're cheating offense again, which is the problem in the first place. Right, Sal? Hey, thanks for following along, man. Thanks for following along. And thank you, Leslie, for the cheers there as well, always, right? Making lots of noise in the chat. Set it all off, man. Set off all the alerts while I'm talking. It's fine. We toned down the volume of it. It's a little more approachable now. So, you just can't really have that. You can't be letting down Mrazek that early as your backup because then he gets shook and he lets in 2 goals. So the 2 goals themselves are more on him than the team, but the team is not blameless because they hung him out to dry in the first one. It ruined the tone of the game. It ruined the tone right off the bat. You know the boys were down about it. And now all of a sudden, aren't we hearing comments about how Keefe is saying his defense needs to be better? Before it was Campbell struggling lately, you know what I mean? But now everybody's talking about, including Keefe, including the announcers tonight, the defensive troubles as of late. Oh, the defensive troubles as of late, eh? Like it's only been happening the past couple of games. Who's been calling it for a month and a half? Who's been calling it since December? Me. You guys too, right? Us. We've been calling it. People on Instagram with us have been calling it. So it's time to wake up, man. It's time to deal with the issues, right? And hello, Sal. You are cool. Thanks, man. You're cool too for coming along. Feel free to talk about the game. If you're a Habs fan, if you're a Leafs fan, whatever. Everybody's welcome. I hope the Habs fans are still kicking around in here. All right? They played a pretty awesome game. You know what I mean? They tightened up the Leafs. The Leafs, again, didn't really have much danger going on. The Habs had way more danger. There was way more danger that they were putting on the Leafs than the Leafs were putting on the Habs. Breakaways, 2-on-1, stuff like that. Shots from out, passes from in front and stuff like that. Like, they were putting things together. Right? The Leafs were forced to take bad opportunities because they get stuck. Because all you have to do to beat the Leafs right now is play solid defense. That's it. Give them the low opportunities. Give them the low opportunities because they're going to give you high danger ones right back. Just be patient. If I'm anyone playing the Leafs right now, I would just be patient. Even if they took a 2-3 goal lead, just chill out, stick with the solid defense. They're going to stop scoring. They're going to get frustrated, and that's where they're going to give up all kinds of opportunities. The Leafs never know when to stop scoring. Right, Leslie? As a philosophy for their team, for the last 2 seasons at least, it's a philosophy of theirs. Never stop scoring. Always be scoring. ABS breaks. Always be scoring. No. Right? It's a balance. Right? You start off even keel, and depending on what your situation is in the league, thanks, Theus. 4 points away from the soup thing. Nice, AKC. If you're starting off a game, right, you should be equally offense, equally defense, unless, like, you're trying to get into a playoff spot, or you're well into a playoff spot. You know what I mean? There's things before the game that can affect it, but let's just say for a game, you're starting off even keel. Equal offense, equal defense, right? Well, you play that way for a while. Do you get a goal, or do they get a goal? Who scores first there? If nobody scores, keep it going. There's no reason to change. You're not letting in goals. Keep it going. Be patient, right? If you get a goal, boom, all of a sudden your defense gets to be pumped up a little bit because it's like, yeah, okay, we got a goal. Now we can make sure our defense is solid and take a little less offensive risks. But if you get scored on, right, oh, you're down a goal. So now you up you're willing to sacrifice a little bit of defense because you're going to give yourself a little bit more offense. Try and get back in the game. And the more the score goes, right, the more you flip that. But there has to be a balance there, man. There has to be a balance there. So, I think Montreal just played a better game of being patient. They just saw, okay, we got an early goal. They screwed up. They let us bang one home right in front of their goalie like a bunch of morons. Okay, we'll take that. Now we're going to tighten up. And that's that Martin St. Louis pulling old school moves. The stuff I like, right? Tighten up. Oh, we got another goal? Quick, tighten up even more. Oh, we got a third? Oh, man, we got them in a chokehold. You could basically dump and chase for the rest of the game against the Leafs. You're going to win. Keep dumping and chasing. Keep the Leafs working in their own zone. They're going to cough it up. They're going to do something stupid. That's how you're going to beat them right now. I'm not saying the Leafs can't change it. They can change it tomorrow. It's an attitude thing. It's a mental thing, right? But if I'm anybody else in the league, that's what I'm doing to the Leafs right now, right? The more offense I get, the more I'm going to tighten up defensively and just take less and less risks because the Leafs are always taking risks. They're always taking risks that they don't need to take. And then the problem is they get themselves behind in the score, and now they have to take them. Oh, great. Now you have to take the risks this early in the game already. You know? If you go down 3-0 in the first period or something like that, or even in the second period, if you're within 3 by the third period, you've got an entire period to score 3 goals. That's totally doable for an NHL team. That's a reasonable standard to set when you're down and you're feeling pressure to get back in it. So, Montreal just knew when to tighten up. And I think it's that Martin St. Louis. I don't know what he's going to do about the power play, though. Because power plays across the league are driving me crazy. And we saw it with the Leafs tonight, right? One of the major things about the Leafs power play tonight that drove me crazy is, again, that system where they're going 3 across the middle, 1 in front, 1 at the blue line, right? That's how they all do it. Montreal was doing it too. That's why I'm curious to see if Martin St. Louis is going to fix that, right? Change it up. I hate it because if you don't need a goal, especially, if you miss the net with either of these side guys, and it whips around, right? Because you got to imagine they're all closing in. No one's by the boards when a shot's taken, right? They're all closing in, trying to get that rebound on a power play. So as they close in, if somebody misses the net, that puck rings around the boards to nobody. Because all these power plays on all these teams have their one defenseman on the blue line in the middle so that they can pass back to him. What about protecting yourself and keeping it in the zone? You still have to make sure the puck stays there, man. You know what I mean? So even though ideally you get a lot more offensive pressure by doing that, you're sacrificing 20, 30 seconds per power play, having to chase pucks around, because when you miss the net, right? Woo! Now you got to go back down to your own goalie to get it. And you know they're going to pull that stupid drop pass play. They all do it. All the NHL teams, they do it. The OHL teams are doing it, man. Collect the puck, skate it down to the red line, dish it to the last man back. He brings it up now to a line of 4 players spread across the blue line. Whatever way he decides to go through, first thing he's going to do, pass it to the board side winger. Or board side player, I should say. Who knows who it's going to be. But that's the plan every single time on these power plays. If they get a moment to set it up, that's the go-to play now. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. You're wasting so much time on a power play. You're wasting 2 minutes to try and get maybe 2 perfect opportunities. What a waste. What a waste. You know what I mean? I would rather have 10 75% chances than 2 90. You know what I mean? I would. I really would. I really would. Because there's no guarantee you're going to catch that 2% or that 10% twice consecutively. You know what I mean? Hockey's a weird game, and you know the odds wouldn't be that in favor of a goal anyways, right? If you're getting a 90% chance, you're probably going to score anyways, right? So like, you're not going to get a lot of those. So I'd rather have the 7 opportunities. 7 opportunities, absolutely. Statistically, it's not. You're never going to have shots that are that weak compared to the 2. You're going to make up for it in all your little XG and stuff like that. I don't mean to say that condescendingly, but I did. I didn't mean to, though, is what I'm saying. I actually am talking about it for real. It'll show up there that you're getting a lot of opportunities that are not as high danger at once, but you're going to have a lot of them, which will equal more expected goals than your stupid 2 chances that are so perfect. They're not perfect. There's no such thing. Perfect is in the net. That's all that matters. Get it there, right? Any way you can. So I'm done with the new power play for this whole generation. I'm done with it. It's stupid. And I bet you a guy like Martin St. Louis is going to fix it. And he's going to make a run, and they're going to get just within a playoff spot. Just within a playoff spot. And then sorry. There goes your draft pick. So suck it, Free Fit, if you're still here. But I do love you. I do. I do love you if you're still here, man. Thanks for coming out. It was nice seeing you. I hope you're having fun. I want to get into the chat now. I rambled for far too long. I went way too crazy on that one. There was just a lot to say. There. So thanks for sticking around. And follow, subscribe, make noise in the chat. You know what I mean? Do all that stuff, man. It really helps. It really helps keep this thing going, right? It's a wild ride. We don't want it to end. So let's get to it now, man. What are we talking about? What did I miss?